Hey everyone, welcome to the UVD Weekly Wrap Up, the show where the team from UrbanVinylDaily.com goes over everything there is to know in the designer toy, art, street art, and Sofubi world. I'm your host, Travis Likens,
And I'm Ben Pierce.
and we're still moving.
Moving on up to the Lower East Side.
So you may tell that we're kind of at a low setup here. We're filming off the webcam, so don't mind our dust. We're still moving. Got it staged up a little better back there this week, though. Look at that.
I need to watch the previous episode and see how bad it was last week.
No, it was just that minus some things. So anyway, but this is episode 40.
42, the Jackie Robinson edition?
No, it's 43.
Oh.
43, and we don't have a title because
we're letting the dust settle.
Letting the dust settle. There's the title. Let me write that down.
You're welcome.
Okay, and let's start off as we always do with our sponsors. Thank you, first off, to Gallery F,
Rotofugi,
and Strange Cat Toys, where if you use the code UVD at checkout, you'll receive 10% off your order.
I wonder how much we've saved people so far with our UVD.
I don't know. If you use the code, let us know down in the comments below. We'd always like to hear back from people that are actually utilizing that, and hopefully a lot of you are saving some money. Because who doesn't like saving money? I know I like saving money.
I do too.
So
it's precious.
Yeah. Well, and we afford that to our wonderful listeners out there that also happen to like to purchase toys from Strange Cat Toys. And I guess that will lead us into the news. Starting off, we have news coming our way from JFury and Playful Gorilla. Their show, Animal Instincts, will be opening Friday, May 5th at Mothership Gallery there in Philadelphia. The opening reception will take place from 6 to 9 p.m. and feature a ton of original new work from both artists. If you've been paying attention to JFury1 over on Instagram, he's been sharing a ton of new canvases, new resin releases, new custom works, and even some hand-painted spray cans. So he's got a lot of stuff going on. I've seen a couple of things over on the Playful Gorilla side, but all of it looks really, really awesome. And they also have an after party. We're big fans of after parties here.
Party up in here.
This one will be taking place at the Bartery, it's Bartary. So I guess it's Bartery, right?
I assume so.
And it'll be with DJ Imynd.
We're really prepared for this, apparently.
Emynd.
Emend.
DJ Emend. So head over to the Bartery afterwards and check out the after party. Sure, JFury will be there partying it up. He did travel out for the show, and Playful Gorilla obviously is in Philadelphia, so he will be there as well. So if you're a fan of either one of those two, stop in.
I think we're missing our yearly opportunity for Star Wars puns with the Return of the Fifth. Being JFury's show and...
You mean Revenge of the Fifth?
Revenge of the Fifth.
Or Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Fifth.
Yes. So... but if you happen to be in the Philadelphia area this weekend, make sure to stop in, check out the show. They've both been, like we said, putting in a ton of work, so it's going to be a great, great showing. I think JFury told me he has over 30 pieces available, so should be a lot of stuff to pick up.
First out of me is Scott Tolleson recently showed off his new POW dumpling, which is, I guess it's not POW. I misspoke. It's BOW with Pobber. I know. I'm super prepared. I've been off for a couple weeks. It is the Little Sparkle edition that will be at the Thailand Toy Expo and is 3.5 inches and will be available through Pobber.
Yeah. Looks like a great show as always over in Thailand. So a lot of good stuff coming out of there. Another little piece coming from there. Well, it's not little, is the Mishka times Black Book toy, the Beast figure, which is a massive piece of soft vinyl that will be making its debut in the first color or painted edition of the figure. I believe it's limited to 10 pieces.
So. A little piece from Mishka. That's a massive figure.
So if you're a fan of those and happen to be in Thailand Toy Expo, you're going to want to pick that up. I was told after asking about the figure that this figure is going to be available in only limited small runs, only usually at conventions due to the size. They can't produce a ton of them at one time. So you're not, if you're holding out for like an online release, it's probably not going to happen, at least not in the near future. So if you're a fan of the Beast, make sure to head over to one of the conventions where they're going to be at and grab one, and probably have to enter the lottery, I would assume.
Next up, as usual, Flower Pepper Gallery has their monthly show. I almost said annual, but apparently I'm rusty still. Being a Panda is opening on the Revenge of the 6th, also known as May 6th, which features artists. I'm going to try to work this in as much as possible. 64 Colors, Cuddly Rigor Mortis, Jeremiah Kettner, MJSoo, and, of course, many more that did not make my short list of news.
So on with the news, we have Pin-Pal-Palooza, hosted by Gallery Nucleus. This will be taking place on May 6th, also known as May 6th. And it'll be at Gallery Nucleus, featuring over 20 different vendors, all bringing you tons of different enamel pins for your collection. So if you want to stop in there at Gallery Nucleus this weekend from 12 to 7 p.m., it's kind of like a convention for pin collectors. I saw yesterday's is going to be there. Joe Ledbetter and tons of other people that have pins. So if you're a pin fan and you're not looking to spend a ton of money, I saw that it's also free to get in. So you just have to buy pins.
The secret cost of admission is buying the pins.
Yep. It's one of those things where you go to buy and you're like, oh, well, they're not that expensive. It's only 10 bucks a pin. Next thing you know, you've bought 40 pins that day and you're down $400.
It's almost like you work at TGI Fridays or something like that and need all that swag.
You're just covered in flair.
So, for what all the Star Wars tension has been about in this podcast so far is that Jason Chalker, who is very embedded in the Star Wars art scene, and Art Bot138 are having a limited art show, that's the title of it, at Lost Toys in Dallas, Texas, which opens on May 5th. I'm not making a pun there. And features pieces for the 40th anniversary of Star Wars, among other things.
Very cool. So, next news, Super 7, Masters Universe Filmation Series, also known as Club Grayskull, has announced a release date for their pre-orders. You'll be able to back the next wave of 4 figures, which includes Man-at-Arms, Tila, Hordak, and Triclops, which is a pretty good run of figures there based on the original Filmation series, which has never really been done before. So it's pretty cool that they're finally getting around to making figures in the shapes and colors based on the TV series. This set of 4 will set you back $139, will be available on May the 5th. And they also are going to announce that there are payment plans that'll be broken up into 3 payments. Look for those to deliver later this year.
And last piece of news out of me is a follow-up to the Tim Doyle sneak peek hint that we gave, in which the show is happening this weekend, like everything else that we cover, and they showed off a couple of the prints that will be there. First is look to be Titanic themed, so it has the big Titanic and some weather balloons flying around. And the second piece I kind of picked up on was Waylon Smithers standing in front of the Burns mansion from The Simpsons.
Yes.
So this is the 5th iteration and will be at the New York City Spoke Art Gallery venue.
Yeah, I saw that Will Smithers piece. Looks really cool. It's got a real nice dark theme to it. So I'm sure there'll be some variants of that probably.
Yeah, usually or I guess what it seemed like in the past, that there's been glow-in-the-dark Simpsons, and there's been
the metallic ones.
Yeah,
right?
metallic ones.
Yep.
I know they had monsters metallic.
So if you're a fan of the Unreal Estate series, this is another great addition, looks to me like. So you're going to want to check out Spoke Art. If you're not in New York, you're going to want to watch online.
Yep.
So next up, Sucklord is coming to WootBear.
Where? Oh, WootBear.
So this weekend, May the 6th, Sucklord will be coming in for his event. It takes place from 6 to 9 p.m. We're told it's going to be a little Star Wars and a little gay and a little of everything else. And it looks like it's going to be featuring a new series of his Suck panels. So far, I've seen a few of them. One was like a cowboy. I don't remember the wording. One was a coloring book page of Lando Calrissian with a Lando figure. And the other one was a She-Ra coloring book cover, and then there was like a botched together figure to try to look like She-Ra. So looks pretty cool. If you're a fan of the Sucklord and his Suck panels, this will be definitely something you want to stop in and check out. But that kind of wraps up the news that is not news related to us.
Now on to us. Let's hear about us.
So this weekend, May the 5th, also known as Cinco de Mayo. We will be hosting an art show alongside Rotofugi and the Bots based on our Luna figure, which was produced last year.
In the side gallery.
In the side gallery. Well, it's all different now because
Oh.
they're remodeling this week. If you haven't been following, Rotofugi is totally busting everything up, and they're going to have a whole new layout just for our show. No, not really. It just happens to be that ours is the first show that happens.
And we'll report on it to let you know how good the art space is.
So we've been kind of talking about this show for a while, but we wanted to take a second to talk about some of the pieces we've seen so far be revealed for the show or teased. We can start off with Dolly Oblong to continue Ben's May the 4th, May the 5th piece. She showed a teaser today. It's called The Last Luna, and it just kind of shows off basically a pretty famous looking helmet with a few fighters flying around. I don't want to say too much. No, you can obviously tell what it is. So basically, it's a Darth Vader helmet with some TIE fighters flying around. So whatever that teaser means for Luna, I don't know. But you'll find out on the show. She said she will reveal it online the day of the event. So look for Dolly Oblong on Instagram, and you can check out what that'll be. We also have a reveal from previous Chicago Zone, Jeremiah Kettner. He created his piece, and it features a lot of his, like purple and pink and different swirls and different shadings and things like that. The dry brushing technique that he kind of uses came out really good. It was very interesting to see what he did with the figure because he tends to paint a lot on a flatter surface. Luna has a lot of sculpting detail, but he turned it into a really cool thing where he highlighted the sculpted detail more and brought it out and really kind of showed off the sculpt that David did for the figure. So
yeah. And didn't Obscure Panda show off his recently?
Yes, he did. Obscure Panda showed off his Nebulon style paint job. I'm told it took over 12 hours for everything to kind of take place and cure up and dry and everything. But there's actually a really cool video over on his Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, sorry, that is Michael Dev 789. And he actually shows how he kind of like fits in the like paint chips and different things that kind of give it that like reflective look. So I'm really excited to see this piece in person and see it under the lights and see kind of how that all comes together and how it looks in person. So what else you got, Ben?
Reading off your your thing is 64 Colors also showed off their piece,
which is very cool.
Little eye mirrors or whatever they were.
They're those little those necklaces. What okay. I don't remember what those things are called.
Like the little pendants.
Yeah, the little pendants. They used to put like a half a face on it, like a portrait. They took those and they hand painted those and hung them from the antlers. They also did some, which many people may not notice, is they actually put some sculpting over the mouth and so they could have a flatter surface to paint their, and I believe the eyes too, to paint their kind of like eyes and face look. So they did kind of change the figure up a bit. It's very cool to see it. I'm excited to, again, see that one in person because they haven't showed the whole figure off and I haven't seen it yet. So excited to see that. We also have Igor Ventura, who has showed off his Splash Luna.
As in it's swimming all the way here.
Yes, it is all the way. And it's very cool because it has like sculpted goggles for one. So he like put an entire like goggle on the front of it. And it also features some crustaceans kind of like on the back of it, some shells, and then a little like
some barnacles
looking thing, and a starfish. And it has he has like flippers, like removable like shoes basically. And he also has a pair of swim trunks on. So looks really cool. Excited again to see that one in person.
Just in time for summer.
Just in time.
Next up is Horrible Adorables with their Grumpy Puggerfly.
Yeah, so they actually decided to make an entire body for Luna. So she's standing relatively high from the looks of the photo. They used Luna's head and then had a body. Like they took like Luna's legs off and then put a body and then used her antlers and put their felt work all over it. Gave her a different mouth looking thing and different eyes. It looks really cool. I'm excited to see that one again in person. Actually, I'm just excited to see them all in person, so I should probably stop saying that.
And you have one last one on your list.
Will Rimmel, I believe is how you say his last name. He has created the Torglor, the Anomalous,
A pointer.
a pointer. Sorry, there's a lot of words to say. But
a lot of A's, a lot of letters.
the thing about this figure is it must be massive. That's all I could only tell from the photo that he utilized a Luna head to create the eyes of this like outer character. And then he utilized the antlers to give her antlers again. But then the body
It's a giant slug.
is a ginormous creation that appears to be a character inside of a suit or inside of a character. The teeth work on this thing is really cool. The way there's each tooth is sculpted. Again, very, very excited to see this piece in person. Really dig the color work and the texture throughout the entire piece. And we're told that there is a secret sculpted and painted on the bottom of the figure that is, for whoever buys this figure. So you'll get to see the special piece underneath there. We also had a really cool reveal from MJSoo. She has created a glow in the dark. She created a piece, obviously painted the figure and everything. But one of the standout things about the figure is she created original sculpted butterflies and new cocoon looking things. You can't see my hand. Cocoon looking things that hang from the antlers that actually all glow in the dark. So really done something that, like taking this figure to the next level. And we're very excited to see everything that people have done. Any more, Ben?
Otto Bjornik.
Oh, yes. Another very cool teaser.
Where I think we didn't see all of it. We saw most of it in
Yep.
the Instagram photo. So it's a little bit obscured, but like the gist through is it's a little bit monochromatic, but it has, I guess, a couple extra colors to it.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes when it comes out. It's got like I don't know if they're ears or like a cape or what's going on the side of it, but I'm interested to see. It looks like they removed the antlers as well. So will be very interesting. We don't know where that piece was in the whole creation portion. She might not have been done, or they might not have been done. Sorry. Another piece to talk about is Dave Marquardt. He has showed off his piece, which includes he replaced the lanterns with upside down bats, which is really cool. And he's also looks like he's painted on some really, really cool eyes on the piece. So I'm excited to kind of see that because it's been kind of obscured and teased, so we can't really see the whole piece completed. So again, just seeing them all together is going to be really, really exciting. And we hope that you join us this Friday, May 5th, from 7 to 9 p.m. to check out the entire collection of creations from these artists plus many more that haven't revealed all their whole figure yet. And the coolest thing about this show is a lot of times when Ben and I are hosting a show, we've seen everything. So in this case,
not in this case,
we're going to walk in and it's going to be, here's what they are, and see them all together. So it'd be like going to an art show that we didn't host. So it'll be great.
So one thing out of this show that we might be able to ask you to help us with is to get the bots to do their first interview on camera so that we can actually get them on camera and show you that they do exist and that we are not the bots and that other people that you may assume are the bots are not the bots.
Yeah, so we actually at DesignerCon this year ran into many times when we were showing off Luna to retailers and other places. Folks were like, "Oh, are you guys the bots?"
We are not the bots.
We are not the bots.
We are the UVD bears.
We are the UVD bears. So, but we want to take a second again to shout out the show. Please come if you're in Chicago. We would love to see you. There is going to be a surprise for people that do come that we can't even talk about here. But
I don't even know that I know about it.
You will have the chance to win something. So there's going to be a surprise, and it's something you can't get anywhere else other than right here at that show. So
our love and affection.
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's way cooler than that. So if you happen to be in Chicago, make sure to stop out, get the chance to win something cool, and say hi to us. We would love to hear feedback on the show. We would love to, maybe give you a koozie, or maybe get you on camera, a sticker.
We have stickers still.
Get you on camera. You can maybe say why you like UVD. whatever. I don't know.
Or why you hate UVD.
Or why
Just
you
mash
hate-
it in there.
Yeah, we can just put
Between
it.
hate, like, hate, dislike,
Yep.
hate.
So
love.
we can just kind of do whatever. So if you happen to be there, make sure to say hey. But other than that, we look forward to seeing you. And I guess that rolls out the week. So as always, I'm Travis.
And I'm Ben.
Have a great designer toy day. Thanks for checking out our video right here on youtube.com/urbanvinyldaily. While you're here, make sure to give us a subscribe and a like. And if you're so gracious, you can share this video on your favorite social network. You can always give us a follow on Instagram or Twitter at Urban Vinyl Daily, or find us on Facebook by going to facebook.com/urbanvinyldaily, and you'll be able to keep up with our latest posts and information going on in the world of UVD. If you want to help us out in more of a monetary way, you can always head over to our store, urbanvinyldaily.storeenvy.com, and check out all the awesome things we have available from great artists from all over the world. Or you can head over to our PayPal and just straight up donate to us to help us keep the lights on and keep things going by going to paypal.com and sending money over to urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com. And that will help us out in more ways than you know. If you want to keep up with everything going on in the world of UVD, make sure to head over to urbanvinyldaily.com. Or if you're interested in sponsorship information, a comment, or a question, make sure to head over to urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com and send us a message. And if it's good enough, we'll answer it right here on the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up. As always, this has been an Urban Vinyl Daily production.